The Secret Agreement. In June and July, American troops arrived in Manila Bay. They landed in Parañaque and encamped south of Pasay. With this force, the American military commanders, like General Arthur MacArthur, they believed that they could fight the Spaniards.
We believe that we could fight the Spaniards.
But Dewey thought that he could make the Spaniards surrender without a fight.
I know that I could make the Spaniards surrender without a fight,
Dewey said. So he sent a Belgian consul to Governor Agustin to negotiate with him.
I will send you to Governor Agustin to negotiate with him.
Okay, sir. After that conversation, the governor was ready to surrender to the Americans. But the government of Spain did not like this. Jordines believed that the Spanish position was very weak, but he could not surrender.
I believe that the Spanish position was very weak, but I could not surrender without losing a face.
So he made a secret agreement with Dewey and General Wesley Merritt.
We will stage a mock battle or a fake battle, then the Spaniards would surrender.
Another point agreed upon was that the Filipino rebels would not be allowed by their American allies to enter the city. This secret agreement was known only to Jordines, Merritt, and Dewey. No one can know this but the three of them.
After the secret agreement that was known only by Jordines, Merritt, and Dewey, the mock battle of Manila began.
It was raining hard that day because of a rainy season. American soldiers walked quietly toward the walls of the city in preparation for the battle.
On the other hand, Aguinaldo's general suspected that the Americans were not being faithful to them.
Why were American soldiers coming?
Why were they staying? Did not the Americans promise that they did not come to colonize the Philippines? These questions were asked by Filipino generals like Artemio Ricarte, Mariano Noriel, and Pio del Pilar.
When firing started, the Filipino soldiers advanced. General Merritt ordered General Francis Greene to stop the Filipinos.
Please stop the Filipinos, or else the American soldiers will be forced to fire at the Filipinos.
Yes, sir. Greene did as he was ordered to do.
Aguinaldo followed the order. Meanwhile, firing started and no American was killed. Dewey and Merritt saw a white flag raised up by the Spanish soldiers. Merritt entered the city as victor to the battle.
At 5 o'clock in the afternoon of August 13, the Spanish Governor-General agreed to sign the surrender document. By the terms of surrender, the Spaniards agreed to surrender, including the Filipino volunteers in the pay of Spanish army found inside the city. On the other hand, the Americans agreed to protect the city, its inhabitants, its buildings, and churches. The following day, the document containing these terms were formally signed by the representatives of the United States and Spain. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., the Protocol of Peace was signed by the representatives of Spain and the United States. According to this protocol, both nations would appoint to more than 5 commissioners each. These commissioners were to meet on October 1 in Paris to discuss the terms of a peace treaty. It was also agreed to the hostilities between the two countries be stopped. On August 12, Washington time, President William McKinley of the United States issued a proclamation ordering all military operations against the enemy be suspended. On the same day, the proclamation was cabled to General Merritt in Manila. It did not, however, reach Merritt on time because Dewey ordered the cable linking Manila with the outside world cut immediately after the Battle of Manila